Did you know Africa had universities centuries before Europe's Oxford and Cambridge even existed? That's right. While Europe was still in the so-called Dark Ages, Africa was already a shining beacon of knowledge, producing scholars, doctors, and philosophers who shaped the world. Let's begin in ancient Egypt, where as early as 2000 BCE, institutions known as per-Ankh or houses of life trained scribes, physicians, and administrators. These were centers of advanced knowledge in medicine, astronomy, mathematics, and literature. They functioned much like universities, producing specialists who served the state and preserved knowledge for generations. This predates Europe's medieval universities by thousands of years. By 3rd century BCE, Egypt was home to the Library of Alexandria, one of the greatest research institutions in history. It attracted scholars from Greece, Mesopotamia, and India, housing hundreds of thousands of manuscripts. While not a university in the modern sense, it was a hub of advanced learning and intellectual exchange, centuries before Europe's first universities. Moving forward to 859 CE, in Fez, Morocco, the University of al-Qarawiyyin was founded by Fatima el-Fihri, a visionary Muslim woman. UNESCO and historians recognize it as the oldest continuously operating degree-granting university in the world. It offered courses in mathematics, astronomy, medicine, law, and theology. To put this in perspective, the oldest university in Europe is University of Bologna, founded in 1088 in Bologna, Italy. Oxford University in England was founded much later in 1096 CE, and Cambridge in 1209 CE. This means Africa had a functioning university system more than 2 centuries before Europe's most famous institutions. In 970 CE, the Al-Azhar University was established in Cairo. It became a leading center for Islamic scholarship, teaching theology, philosophy, law, and science. Al-Azhar remains one of the most influential universities in the world today. Again, this predates Europe's universities by decades, showing that Africa was already a hub of intellectual life while Europe was still emerging from the so-called Dark Ages. Perhaps the most famous African university is Sankore University in Timbuktu, Mali, established in the 14th century. Timbuktu became a beacon of knowledge, attracting scholars from across Africa and the Middle East. At its peak, it housed 25,000 students and a library of over 400,000 manuscripts, covering subjects like medicine, mathematics, law, astronomy, and literature. This was centuries before Europe's Renaissance, proving that Africa was already nurturing intellectual traditions and global scholarship. Let's compare. Al-Qarawiyyin University, founded in 859 CE, predates the University of Bologna, founded in 1088 CE, and the University of Oxford, founded in 1096 CE. Here's Al-Azhar, 970 CE, predates Cambridge, 1209 CE. By more than 200 years, Timbuktu's Sankore University, 14th century, rivaled Europe's medieval universities in scale and influence. This evidence challenges the misconception that Africa lacked formal education before colonialism. In reality, Africa was a pioneer in higher learning. So, when we talk about universities, we must remember Africa's legacy. From Egypt's Houses of Life to Morocco's al-Qarawiyyin, Egypt's Al-Azhar, and Mali's Timbuktu, Africa had thriving centers of advanced learning long before Europe's universities were established. This history is not just about pride. It's about correcting misconceptions and recognizing Africa's vital role in shaping global knowledge. Next time someone mentions Oxford or Cambridge, remind them that Africa was already leading the way centuries earlier. Follow African Knowledge Vault, where evidence speaks and history remembers.